And now it's time for today's daily forecast with EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martridge.
Good Friday morning to you. It is August 17th, 2018, and we have another hot day out ahead of a cold front, but we will have some limited clouds, at least in the interior, with this cold front and the prefrontal activity moving toward the region this afternoon. So there will be a limit to how hot it gets for areas northwest of I-95, but closest to the I-95 corridor and points southeast will have no problem getting to 90 today. For areas further northwest, you'll probably be in the mid to upper 80s. I know that's still pretty warm, but the cloud cover coming in during the afternoon will help to inhibit how high the temperatures will get. And we will have thunderstorms come through in the evening, as you can see, or afternoon and evening. You can see that right here on the global models. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulator radar, and we'll start this off at 2 p.m., and this is when around the time I expect some initiation out here in central Pennsylvania. Now, the storms today are going to be, we're going to be lacking shear in the atmosphere, which means that the organization of the storms won't be as great or conducive to produce something linear. So we don't have this big long-lived line segment to come across the state you can see coming for hundreds of miles, marching across the state of Pennsylvania, then eventually New Jersey and Delaware. This is going to be a broken segment moving eastward, most likely, because shear values are under 25 knots. So that's really not conducive of organization. So although the NAM is suggesting we're going to see some kind of semblance of a line here, this is still a broken line. But along the line here, some of these more robust cells that are shown here, and these aren't exactly where they're going to be, but this is giving you an idea. Some of these more robust cells within this semi-congealed line here will have the ability to produce not only heavy rain and moderate to frequent lightning, but also there is a gusty wind potential with this as well. So a little bit of an inverted V signature in the soundings that would indicate maybe some more intense downdrafts. So you could have some few isolated severe thunderstorm warnings go up here by the National Weather Service, but I don't see this being a widespread thing that's going to cover every single county ahead of this line coming eastward. Okay, so this image right here is looking at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's 5, getting to about the Lehigh Valley or so, and just east of the Scranton. Well, we're right over Scranton at this point, and then going a little bit further east, and then a little line trying to form behind it here that's going to attack southeast PA right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock. But then that's going to go away as it goes further east and runs into kind of a marine flow out here. And then we have some residual showers and perhaps scattered thunderstorms moving in from the mid to late evening hours. Here's 9 p.m., 10, 11, and there's midnight. Okay, so you got some scattered showers. It's going to go right into the wee hours of the morning on Saturday, but then that's going to cut down as well. And after that point, there's been a big debate over whether or not what this front was going to do after it moved through. And there was some hope that this would move through progressively and avoid us this weekend, state of the South, and stall somewhere down there. Well, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And we are going to be dealing with scattered showers and thunderstorms chances over the weekend, especially most notably on Saturday. But it's not going to be as doom as gloom as you might think. So this is not an all-day washout thing here on Saturday. And Sunday especially not, as the front sags even further south. It will be stalled over the region on Saturday. Here's still looking at the overnight period on Friday night, and then here's Saturday. Okay, so you can see the front is clearly draped over the region here, and the latest guidance that we're looking at this evening when I'm doing this video, or prior to doing the video, is the start of the overnight guidance too, and it's still agreeing that this is going to be the front's going to be draped somewhere over Pennsylvania here on Saturday. So that will start to move down to the south a little bit as we get into Sunday. Here's a look at Sunday. You can see it's down further to the south, so it doesn't have anything on Sunday in our coverage area except for the southern areas early on. All right, so maybe down by Philadelphia, Delaware, South Jersey early on, and that front continues off to the south a little bit further during the course of the day. So we're just up here above the front here, mostly cloudy, maybe partly to mostly cloudy up here in the far northern areas on Sunday. So a little bit of an improvement, at least we take a step back from the rain. But even Saturday on the rain here, let's get to that real quick on the new NAM. And you can see nothing really going on in the morning. It's when we get into the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. See this very widely scattered stuff. Not a real big deal. Maybe a little bit more organization as we get later in the afternoon, mid to late afternoon. You can see this area wants to focus on is right up here for these storms. This is around the area the front is. And you got whoever's closest to that front, whether it's going to be here or maybe just south of this a little bit or just a bit north of it, is going to be where the focus of those scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be. So that's what we're dealing with on Saturday. Not everywhere sees a thunderstorm, and it's not going to be a constant thing, but the risk is going to be there from, like, say, mid-afternoon onward on Saturday. Just to go to the next frame to give you an idea, here's a look at 8 p.m. Still some widely scattered stuff just floating around here, but you see these are very, widely, very far apart in coverage here. So it's not like it's everywhere is getting a deluge of rain on Saturday. And even if you do get one of these quick storms, it could be something that's, quick 30, 45 minutes in and out, and then it's done. And then that's it, and you're going back to the dry weather again. And here's late evening on Saturday. So looks like it's just a Saturday deal, but mid-afternoon onward that we're dealing with that activity, and it's widely scattered at that, and not a real big deal. So we go into Sunday again. It's a dry day for most areas except for the far southern areas early on, and then we get to Monday, of course, back to work, and we're back to partly cloudy skies again and dry conditions. So we will have another system that's going to come in here later on Tuesday. Timing is still a little bit off on this. The front might actually come through on Tuesday night or maybe even early Wednesday yet. Model's a little undecided on this, the timing of this exactly, but here's a look at Tuesday evening. This particular model, which I'm using here, is the GFS. It's actually has all the rain associated with it. Farther west of our coverage areas, we keep most of Tuesday dry, but then once we get into Tuesday night, you have the showers and thunderstorms moving through that might hang around here for Wednesday. Still a little undecided on the timing of that. Might be a little bit earlier, as suggested by some of the foreign models, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there and narrow that down. I just want to focus on Friday and the weekend here for right now. Of course, we have the strong to severe potential isolated today to deal with. And then once we get that out of our hair, we have the stalled frontal boundary on Saturday, which we still think is going to move that south on Sunday and give us salvage at least some of the weekend. But again, Saturday's not a real big deal. Looks like mid-afternoon onward, not everywhere sees a thunderstorm. They're going to be widely scattered. And if you do happen to have the unfortunate, the misfortune of having the scattered showers and thunderstorms over your region, it's not going to be an all-day thing. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marcus. That is your outlook for August 17th, 2018. Have a great Friday.